Friday Night Pints is brought to you by Miller Lite. Next time you're getting ready to enjoy some cold ones with your crew, go to MillerLite.com/FNP to find delivery options near you, or you can pick them up at the local store, grocery store, wherever. In the Midwest, you can get beer at a grocery store, right?
Yeah, Hy-Vee.
And you can't get it around here? You can? You can't get... What is it? There's certain rules.
You can liquor store.
Yeah, you can get like liquor at a grocery store.
You can get liquor at a grocery store.
That's what's crazy.
You can get liquor at a gas station.
That's what's crazy for us. You got to go to a liquor store. You can get beer in a grocery store, or the liquor, or you know what I mean.
You know the drive-through places in Iowa?
Oh yeah, we're lacking some of that.
Truly
but you don't have to worry about any of it if you get it delivered right to your door. That's MillerLite.com/FNP. So. Celebrate responsibly with the Miller Brewing Company from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Their beer is only 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces, so crack a cold one because it's less filling and more tasting. So let's crack them.
Do it.
Let's pass them out. Now I know Glenny did not celebrate responsibly last night, so he's in the hurt shop.
But he said he doesn't get hungover, which is infuriating.
I'm okay right now.
No, yeah, you look great because he's still young and he's he's got it like that.
Right.
So a little hair of the dog can help out as well. Dugsy, here you go. Last time Dugsy was on, he was not exactly responsible either. He had about 25 of these things.
He did.
Beer for you?
Appreciate you, man.
And then I Ubered.
And then you Ubered, of course. Welcome to the program for the first time ever, our boy Chris Castellani.
Yeah, you got it.
Baseball guy who is covering Detroit.
Yeah.
Here for the week. Great story of you were working at a gas station, right? Prez stumbled upon you, and that was that?
I mean, I've been making videos for a while. And then,
just on your own?
Yeah. No, I've just been doing it out of my parents' basement for like 5 years.
Right.
And they'd grown like a solid following of people in Detroit. And then Spencer Turnbull threw a no-hitter. Mm-hmm. And I guess, I don't know if I've told this publicly yet, but I'll say it. Okay. For people willing to listen. I don't know. But I had another job lined up.
Ooh.
And the
In sports?
Sports media.
Yeah.
Okay. And it was Monday night, and I told my dad, I'm like, dude, let's just sign the contract, send him in. It was non-compete for 6 months. So, and my dad was like, no, let's just do it tomorrow. We'll sign it tomorrow. Turnbull throws a no-hitter. Video blows up. I wake up the next morning and Dave's in my DMs.
Wow.
And it's just like, and it was a 7:30 shift at the gas station. So I'm like, and the thing about Dave, he doesn't have the fucking blue check mark. So I'm like, this is some hack, like trolling, like whatever. So I get there, and I'm like, yeah, I'll cover Michigan. And thank you, Dave Portnoy. And he's like, and then I get a call. I talked about this on the rundown a little bit a couple days ago, but like, I get a call from a Massachusetts area code, and then, some woman was buying her coffee and cigarettes right in front of me, and I just said to my boss, I'm like, dude, I gotta take this.
Yeah.
And so I go out, and I was on the phone, like pacing back and forth in a Speedway parking lot as people were like, what's up, Chris? And I'm like, none of these people have any idea my life is changing like right now.
In real time.
Yeah, and so I walk back in to Speedway, and my boss is like, are you all right, man? I'm like, yeah, no, I'm pretty good. And this is the part I haven't told even my parents about, because I was texting back and forth with them, and they go, okay, whatever you don't tell anybody that Barstool's offering right now, wait till the contracts are signed. And I shit you not, this is like something out of a movie. The next guy walks into Speedway is wearing a Saturdays for the Boys hoodie. And I'm like, hey, buddy, hey.
Guess what?
You a Barstool fan?
Yeah.
Guess who they just hired? And it wasn't a regular either. So he's like, are you kidding me? He's like, yeah, here's my name. And then he messaged me like a day later. He's like, I thought you were joking. And no, it all happened so fast. I could live to be 1,000. I probably won't have a crazier 24 hours.
Yeah, man. Congratulations.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
I
It's
feel
so
like
fun.
That's the way that Dave still does it.
Well,
because that's how it was when I got hired, and that's how it is when you get hired like that. He just sort of sees something that he likes, goes after it, and he'll just call you and be like, what's
next?
Yep.
Yeah, what do you want to do? But it's also cool. Like, that's the way to do it. It sucks when people are like, how do I get a job here? And it's like, I can't really tell you. It's like, okay, first thing, get a job at a place like a gas station. and have this quirky story.
Work in a movie theater, be a security guard.
While you're doing, the common theme usually is you're doing some shit on your own for fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like the two major ways is like you have your own blog, your own video series, or you look like a video game character. That's just the other way to go. One of the two. But it's like, you can't like fabricate that setting and that set of circumstances, and it's like it just gotta happen. But usually the common theme is that you were doing it on your own for fun, for your own purposes, for your own money, for your own drive. And Dave, because you can tell that your videos were different than someone trying to get a job, trying to, And sometimes you end up being an intern to an intern of an intern. You be your
whole
your intern to your boss.
I've gotten a million DMs of people being like, "How did you do it? Like, where do I apply?" I'm like, you don't really apply. You just kind of get found. Like,
No,
you
don't
just
get me
kinda
wrong.
luck
Like,
out.
there are, I think you can email people at Barstool Sports
sure,
and you
yeah.
can tell your story, but that is always going to pale in comparison to, a true, real, genuine video when Dave sees it.
Right.
And then it never turns out, it's never like Dave gets in contact with you and you happen to work for Bleacher Report and you're already doing this and you're like, it's like I work in a gas station. I work in a weird, quirky thing. I'm surprised you didn't like pull off your fucking name tag, throw it in your face, like fuck you, I'm out.
You see, they were good to me. Had it been my previous job, I'd have been like, see ya. But I gave him 2 weeks, and I worked those 2 weeks.
Yeah, man, that's the way to do it. So welcome aboard, all of Detroit sports. I'm sure you're doing a lot of baseball, just in general.
Oh yeah.
Where do we begin? Because a lot of shit was happening right before we were on camera, and I was like, let's fucking save it.
Do we want to talk about the White Lotus? Do we want to talk about
so we were watching
Sydney Sweeney specifically?
Right. we're talking about the new show, The White Lotus, on HBO, which is very bizarre. I call it a dark comedy. It's like, technically, it's a murder mystery where we're like, who's going to end up being this dead body and who did it? But it's also just funny along the way. And Sydney Sweeney is in it. Sydney Sweeney is just like the hottest chick in the world right now. I would say it's like Ana de Armas,
Corinna Kopp.
Corinna, you love Corinna Kopp.
I mean, she's perfect.
That's a
love
vanity
Corinna
pick
Kopp.
by you. That's a
That's a Glenny
Have you
pick.
not seen her?
No,
You have a
listen,
list of
Corinna,
behind-
I know
But
you're
she's
watching
not in
Friday
the
Night
realm
Pints.
of Ana
I
de
love you.
Armas
You're
and Sydney
super
Sweeney.
hot.
These are
She's
household
on Sydney
names.
Sweeney.
But
Sydney
these
Sweeney,
are big names.
The fact that Sydney Sweeney and Alexander Daddario are on the same show is like, the original super teams getting together. It's like, wait, LeBron and Wade? What? Like, what do you mean?
Passing the torch almost.
Yeah, well, and Corinna might be that chick soon, or maybe she's next. Glenny will be early to the...
Is she an actress, or is she just...
No, she's just
She's a
Twitch
YouTuber,
streamer.
and now she's on OnlyFans. It does matter if you're like a celebrity, like a true, not a
So we're
celebrity,
talking
like an
actresses.
actress, if you're a singer, But Sydney Sweeney, Trent just like found her for the first time, and she is definitely like whoa.
Yeah, people have been talking about the White Lotus a little bit, and I just hadn't watched it. I watched 3 episodes last night. I think there's 4 out. They drop every Sunday. Is that right?
Sunday night.
And I just
it's like the HBO 9 o'clock Sunday night show.
Right, I didn't realize that. I didn't know they had one
I don't
going
think it
right
deserves to be honest. I'm gonna see it through because what else am I gonna do? But I'm like, this show's kind of. It makes me laugh because it's weird at times, but I'm like, what's happening?
I'm a
What's
little
happening?
confused on what it is,
Yeah.
like what the show is, but I also don't care. Like if it's a dark comedy,
It is
that's
just
fine.
like if you walked into a hotel and you like followed the lives of everyone in a hotel.
That's right.
It would be like this.
That's right.
There
And
is
it
a
has-
scene in the latest episode. I don't think it spoils it too much, so I won't give out any names. There is a scene. Someone opens the door, and there's a dude on his knees eating another dude's butt.
Okay. Well, one of the
Which
first
is
scenes,
like for TV, for just like HBO. I know HBO is
It's not
premium,
TV.
but it's HBO. But even for like premium shit, like a dude just like
one of the
his
first
ass
scenes in
butt eating. That's a lot,
in
man.
the first episode is just Steve Zahn's balls.
Oh, that was
They're
great
looking at
too.
his balls.
He goes. Do they look bigger? And Connie Britton, his wife, she goes, I don't know. I haven't seen him in a while.
It's good. It's a really good
Steve
show.
Zahn gets emasculated the whole fucking time. But Sydney Sweeney is one of the new it chicks. Glenny was almost horrified that Trent had never heard of her. He leans over. He goes, Trent, have you not seen her nudes yet? And I said,
you're not
Glenny, is that like
searched
the
for her
first thing
nudes
you
yet.
ever do? Name nudes. Name nudes.
Yeah.
First thing I search when I find someone.
100%, 1,000%. When you find a new celebrity actress or something, let's say her name is Mary Jones, instantly Mary Jones
Jones
nude on Google.
Now, does it matter if
I thought
they
this
are
was like-
Save search
Does
off.
it matter if they are like these are nudes I took, or if they're like leaked nudes? Does it matter to you?
What's your morality?
Yeah,
like?
where do you
Let's hear it.
draw the
Let's
line
hear
on
it.
that?
I don't
Be
feel the
honest.
same if it's like her on a boat topless in Croatia, you know?
Okay.
But if it's her naked,
Oh, like
in
if it's a paparazzi.
If it's her naked in a movie on the come up, then yeah, obviously.
But you understand more what I'm saying is like, what if they were like hacked and it's like against
The fap-
you
the fap-
know,
the
the
fap-
real
ever
out
since
there.
that happened,
the hack is weird,
it's
but
made
let's
it
be
weird.
honest, we've
Yeah.
all seen Jennifer
still
Lawrence's
looking.
nudes, we've all
Yeah.
seen Kate Upton's nudes, everyone here is looking.
It
Then
is-
when are you not going to look on behalf of your moral
It's definitely one of those
Fibers.
moral moments where you're like, I shouldn't, and I'm not gonna. But man,
I mean, that fappening was that August 29th, 2000.
Day that will live in infamy.
Glenny.
Where were you when?
What just you named that like it's the JFK assassination.
What? in
I think it
the
was
world?
August 29th, 2016. Can you
Like
fact check that,
9/11,
Josh?
2001, August 15th. What?
Yeah, never
Coming
forget.
up on 7 years, man.
Never
You gotta
mind. I think it was
remember
August
the day.
29th,
Yeah.
2016.
Glenny.
Come
I
on,
mean,
Glenny.
You know what? You shot yourself in the foot because if you just said August of 2000,
That was when
whatever,
Glenny
I
heard about it. He like The Rock with Osama. Yeah,
You
he
were
knew
probably-
early.
I got sources.
Yeah.
God, that was funny. But yeah, listen. So yeah, sometimes the morality comes into it. Like I was saying, when Sydney Sweeney's on Euphoria, Sydney Sweeney's like a 25-year-old.
23.
20. All right, that's young
I mean,
for an old guy like me. But
made sure.
nonetheless,
I did some
she's-
research. I
Wait,
was
you
looking- I
looked
was-
up the age, but not the
No,
nude?
I was just I didn't look up. I wasn't like I was just looking her up, being like because I found her
When you search
Instagram.
the name, it's the first thing that comes
Right,
up on
yeah.
IMDb.
So I was
yeah.
just getting a quick look.
But in
See, you know,
she
Euphoria,
got
she
bullied?
plays like a.
bullied by who?
The internet.
Let's kick that
she
down- let's kick
cried
down
on
the
a
door.
live stream because
Sydney?
she went viral on Twitter for being ugly. People like a tweet went viral for being like Sydney Sweeney's ugly and she just has boobs. And then Sydney Sweeney went on Instagram Live hysterically crying, being like, "I just want you people to see what your words mean to me. I'm trending worldwide for being ugly right now."
That's fucked up.
That's
So
one of those
why don't you
situations
defend
where
her?
That's soft.
I will.
Ugly
That's I want to
boobs?
do like a.
People call me that all the time. Like, I don't think I'm still
I
crying.
want to do like a Jay and Silent Bob and get their IP addresses and
Yeah,
go kick
yeah.
down their
Kick
door
their
and be
ass,
like,
right?
"Do you
Right.
understand
I
how
mean,
wrong you are?"
Like, but also,
And
and,
then kick their
you know,
ass.
if her feelings are hurt, her feelings are hurt. But Sydney Sweeney should have gone live on Instagram and been like, "Ugly? Like,
Do you
are
see
you
me?"
fucking sure?
Yeah.
Right.
Do you know what ugly means?"
That's what you know.
That girl's
the internet's
not
the
ugly,
internet's
bro.
full of haters. That
I
like
know.
anything.
When things like that happen, it's like when people say like, Beyonce can get cheated on. Like, how are these regular girls
Right.
supposed to compete? And when there was one recently that I was like, you know, if even this guy can be like the butt of the joke, it's, you know, it can happen to anybody. So that's an important lesson to learn, that even Sydney Sweeney takes her turn in the blender to be ugly. But my point with that was like she plays a sophomore in high school in
Right.
Euphoria, and there's full-blown sex scenes and sex tapes, and I'm watching them, and I'm like, well, you're 23, but right now you're like 15. I don't know what's going
weird.
on here. And so it makes me uncomfortable in
Balls is
in the
cool
best
with
way.
Yeah.
I'm not. I mean, I just use an example. One of the most famous nude scenes of all time, Shannon Elizabeth in fucking
Yeah.
American Pie. Phoebe
great playing high
Cates, Phoebe
school.
Cates in Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yeah.
Both playing high schoolers. They're not actually.
Now let me
18.
just tell you this much though. How old are you?
26.
26. All right. Everybody, you're younger, but everybody's seen American Pie. Everybody
Yeah.
knows it, right? I mean, that whole Shannon Elizabeth storyline is wildly problematic
bizarre,
in
yeah.
the light of day.
Oh,
they,
yeah.
they, they let her. First of all, who would go upstairs to change at their study date's house, go into their bedroom and start fucking masturbating?
That's the beauty of
Who would do
American
that?
Pie.
But they secretly set up a webcam.
That's right.
And he
Yeah.
runs around the block to go to his buddy's house to sit there and watch her undress. I mean, that.
No consent.
Nope.
It's assault, brother.
Not even a
That's
little
like-
bit of
if you
consent.
watch,
And then
like-
afterwards, he
Yeah.
like apologizes and gets out of the doghouse for it. It's crazy.
And then they
Cool.
accidentally broadcast it to
To the-
everybody.
to the whole fucking
Everybody-
school.
everybody
She goes
with
back
a
to
school
Europe.
email.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a girl who burned bright and hot and fast. Like for a second, I was like, Shannon Elizabeth's the hottest girl in the game.
Yeah.
And then she kind of just like disappeared.
Yeah, Jane Silent Bob.
Yeah, Jane
Well, when
Silent
they
Bob,
did,
yeah.
what was it, American Reunion, like
Yeah.
2012, she looked good. She looked really
Oh,
good.
she's
Yeah,
still
yeah.
beautiful. I'm just saying that
That's a
she
good
wasn't like. I
I'm
thought
sorry.
she was going to be in like every movie,
Something
everything.
happened with
And
Tara Reid.
Tara Reid, I think, partied a
And
little
Mina
too hard.
Sabari. All of them, really.
Yeah. That had a cast and a half.
It's weird that Eugene Levy ended up being the biggest star.
Eugene
Oh,
Levy
yeah.
and
Yeah.
the redhead,
Yeah.
Allison
And-
Hannigan.
How I Met Your Mother.
And Stifler. I mean,
Sean
Sean
Williams.
Williams.
Sean
Funny
Williams.
that
had a run,
in
too.
the
Yeah.
in the White Lotus, I still refer to the woman in it as Stifler's mom.
Yes,
She's
so
in that
weird.
show.
That voice and everything she does is very strange.
She was
Strange
in.
character.
She was in
Person.
Promising
Yeah.
Young Woman last year, which was like a really
Great movie.
but it was
Yeah.
like a really serious drama, and it was like the parents were her and Clancy Brown. It was just like
Yeah.
that's Stifler's mom and Mr. Krabs, like
Bo
this
Burnham
really
and
serious.
it was like a bunch of
Right, yeah,
comedic
like,
characters.
yeah.
That's
And they
funny.
were great, but I found that bizarre. Yeah.
What was something else? There was another good thing I was
Well-
going to say for the fucking.
Well, I want to
Versus?
talk about Jadakiss, but these
Versus?
guys.
Yeah, Versus. I mean, I don't know if you guys are hip hop fans, but Versus is the greatest thing. I said to Trent, there's three forms of entertainment. There's Jackass, the WWF Attitude Era, and verses. To me, are the three most entertaining things I have ever witnessed in my life. Verses is they pair up rappers and rap producers, and they go head to head. They play songs back and forth and battle each other. I feel like I have to explain it because our audience knows.
We were talking about it too. I tweeted something about it when it was happening the other night between the Locks and Dipset, and it got maybe 8 likes. I was like, all right.
I'll tweet it out. I'm trying to live tweet it, and people are like, "What are you talking about?" Like,
people think it's like a battle rap, like Roan's doing. And
they
shit.
must.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
That's what I assumed.
That's what I
When
think
you
it
talk
was,
about
yeah.
history on the road, I was like,
It kind of is
okay.
that, but it's like it's just like mainstream people. So it's like you play your best song and I play my best song, and we kind of go back and forth, and then the internet like has a scorecard.
What did it start with? Timbaland and Swizz Beatz?
Timbaland and Swizz were just.
Yeah.
It started out with producers who were just like, I made this beat, I made this beat.
Did
and
DMX and Snoop Dogg do that?
Yeah.
Yup.
They did do
Rest in
that.
peace. About a year ago,
Yeah.
almost to the day.
Snoop
and
was dancing.
yeah,
He
so was
looked like a
DMX.
number
He was-
10. Yeah.
yeah, he looked like a number
Gucci
10.
and Jeezy did it. There's been a ton of them.
Tons, but the Locks versus Dipset this week, and Jadakiss, who's a member of the Locks, just put on. I said one of the greatest performances ever. Period. Like Wilt's 100-point game, Whitney Houston singing the national anthem, like any form of artistic expression, Jadakiss did it. It was like he was a basketball player mixed with a rapper, mixed with a comedian, mixed with a boxer. He was just clowning these dudes, running New York. I mean, if you like hip hop or rap, and you have to watch this Versus. It was unbelievable, and I feel like there's just no. It's like I come in and
I don't know
try to
who to
like,
talk
did
to
you watch
about
it?
it. Yeah.
I text Coley, and
Yeah.
I talk to you, and that's it.
Yeah.
Nobody else knows.
How
It's
was
like,
the full broadcast with like the boxing fights and stuff on it? Was it entertaining? Was it a
Yes,
shit show?
this was good. It was at the Garden, I think, in the theater.
Underneath, yeah.
And all because that's like a very heavy New York. They're both New York groups. So they at one point they showed a shot of the Madison Square Garden bathroom, and it was just like blunt guts everywhere, smoke everywhere, and 2 girls snuck in to the guys' room. I guess there was too long of a line, and they were like, oh, in like a fun way. It wasn't like a scary way, but it was like a scene at the place. Middle of fucking winter, summer, everyone's wearing Timbs.
Yep.
Like, and at one point the highlight was these guys. Usually it becomes very like a celebration of both music catalogs. And this time it was kind of a battle where they were like talking shit to each other. And it started to get like serious, so everybody's entourage started to get on the stage, like ready to go down.
Yep.
And it almost collapsed the stage. So at one point they had to stop. And they were like, if you're not in the group, like get the fuck off the stage. He goes, don't worry, we're all friends. Don't scare the white people. We're not gonna fuck up the money. Just like we're all friends, don't worry. So it was, but I mean, it was one of those things where it's like,
Do you
kind of
think
like
the
here at
live
Barstool.
crowd is what made it so good?
Yeah,
Oh my God.
but
The first
especially
one
last
was
time they
New
did a
York
live
heavy.
crowd, it was, who was the last one? It was Bow Wow and Soulja Boy, which that was like a comedy show. But the crowd must have been like young kids because they didn't know any songs and they weren't alive for it. This was like New York hood. They knew every word. They were like rapping along with
Yeah,
them.
at one
so
point
that
they
was
cut
cool.
to the crowd when Jadakiss is going crazy, and Fat Joe is just singing
Oh,
in the
yeah, I
crowd.
saw that clip.
Like it
Yeah.
was really
Yeah.
just.
I saw that clip. He snatched his bandana.
Yeah, he took the bandana up, threw it on the ground. I mean,
We always talk
really
about how
good.
we feel like the old guys when we talk about like I like actual verses.
Mm-hmm.
I like when I know what's going on. There's like a through line and it's bravado and it's cocky. Jadakiss was all of
got
that
it
embodied
all.
in that night, and like we were saying again, like you could tell that the Locks still really like each other.
They got the
they
chemistry.
love each other.
Yes,
And
yes.
Dipset, they just hate each other.
Did not
Cameron
age well.
hates Joel's. Joel's hates Jimmy. Jimmy hates all of them.
Freaky
It's-
Zeke was a waste of space. It was like, why are you even here, bro? Yeah, the Locks, I said, were the original big 3. They have
Yeah.
like the most chemistry, and it really shows. But yeah, it was like friendly, but not. It's kind of like here at Barstool when people start talking shit, and it's like,
Where's
all
the
right,
line?
it was for entertainment, but like that was true, and it was personal,
Like
and it hurt.
Shawn
you know?
Michaels and Bret Hart back in the
Yeah,
day.
very much so. You know, it's like Jadakiss is like, we win Grammys. Like, you guys don't even know what the fuck a Grammy is. And I'm sure they're like, yeah, we never won a Grammy.
Yeah.
At one point, he was like, you don't even know the words to the song. What are you doing here? And I
Well,
was like,
Dipset did a crazy thing where they were playing their actual music
Yes.
with their own lyrics on
Yes,
it.
'cause-
So you could hear like an echo when Cameron would be rapping, and it was weird. And then Jadakiss would step up, and they had
And just do
instrumentals,
it.
and it was it felt
rap.
very real.
That's better.
Yeah.
it was way better.
but you know, when it's like Smitty and Trista here, you know, it's like they're saying some really fucking
Yeah.
actual shit to each other, and you know, you can say it's all for entertainment, but
Who's your
it's not.
dream versus?
Oh, that's a great question. I thought that a cool thing to do would be like have Puffy represent Biggie and have like, imagine like Suge Knight sits down and
Oh my
represents
God.
Pac or something like that.
I don't think he's a free man.
I don't think you can do that. But if somebody, Dre represents
Drake
Pac.
showed up.
Imagine Suge showed up. I'm like, oh my god.
I feel like Dre playing Pac and Biggie playing and Puffy playing Biggie would be cool.
I've always wanted. Well, if you're just talking about like huge hip hop acts, you do Drake and Kanye.
Drake and to me, there's always a debate about who was unbeatable in verses.
Yeah.
And I think it's Jay-Z. Some
Yeah.
people think Lil Wayne. Some people say Drake. So maybe like a combination, like some
Jay-Z
sort
and
of
Drake
battle
would be
of that.
good.
Jay and Drake would be cool.
The funny thing about Kanye is he could be, if he wanted to do a producer
he's got
versus,
a-
and then he could do
oh,
a rap
yeah,
one.
deep
Like
catalog,
his
or
catalog.
features.
If you go through his catalog on Wikipedia, and I know Kanye's like
sickening.
Kanye now, and people have all these opinions about him, but you go through his Wikipedia, it's insane. How
and
deep his
then when you
catalog is.
factor in features, where it's like I just did a verse on this song, but it's like that's part of it too.
So we're not saying verses like 1 versus 2. We're saying verses in like the lyrics.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
yes. Well, the thing is called verses, but I'm saying like if I just did a verse on a song, I could technically play
But is
that
that
as
what
part of my
they're, that's
catalog.
what they're, I'm saying like the whole
the
point
name
of
of
the
it
show.
is VERZUZ, like versus each other, like versus.
Is it supposed to be like a play on
I,
words?
yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
Well, maybe not, because it originally started as producers just playing beats, so I think it's just verses. And
It was on Instagram Live first, and now it's a full pay-per-view
Dude, they
production.
get-
Yeah, that's
They
what
get,
when
like,
DMX
they had
that's what I saw.
600,000
They had 650,000
concurrent
concurrent
live
Wow.
viewers. It's just next level shit.
That is a lot of
Do you
money.
think 50 Cent would
Yeah.
ever do one?
50
They-
is a very good a very good contender too.
They wanted. Who did they want him to do one against recently?
T.I.
Ja?
I was going to say
Or
Ja Rule.
T.I.
T.I. was supposed to be South versus New York. Ja would be.
He would murder
Ja.
Ja.
The thing about 50 is kind of like what happened with this. It would be he would fucking make fun of you. He would clown you because
50
he's the king
should
of.
put up the money where Ja can't refuse.
I mean, that could be $50.
Nice, you clowned us.
I'm still a part of it. I still feel like I'm a part of that. It's funny. I was telling you again. We were just talking about this off camera, obviously, but like I felt weird about not weird. 50 beefed with all those guys: Jadakiss, Cameron, Dipset, the Locks. So I had a weird perception of those guys. But then I
Because
watched them.
Trent like ride or die.
Oh, I had
for
G-Unit
50.
shirts. I wear
Yeah.
them every day.
Yeah, I had the G-Unit sneakers at one point.
Yeah, Reebok.
Did you wear
sneakers.
the bulletproof vest shirt?
No,
Bro, they made a T-shirt that
No.
had a printed on bulletproof vest that had some straps, so it was like half printed on, half real. And there were people in my school wearing those, and I was like, "You should not be wearing
Yes,
this."
but he
this
did.
is
He
ridiculous.
had beef with all the guys who were on that stage. But even he on Instagram afterwards took the Lock side. And he was making fun of Cameron,
Yeah,
being like,
yeah.
"You guys are dead." Like,
Yeah,
you
they
guys
were.
had no
They got
chance."
absolutely smoked. I said we should do. I wanted to do a versus here, do like a KFC Radio versus PMT sort of thing, where it's
Yeah.
like. I mean, obviously PMT has the the biggest show in the world, but like that's what's kind of cool about versus is like you pick out your best moments. It's like our top 10 versus their top 10, and they've got good guests, we've got good guests, and it does just kind of
You can use
become
Dan stuff against them.
Yeah, sure. Like funny, like stupid
His
answers that
own
he
stuff,
had,
yeah.
and it's more of just like a walk down memory lane for both shows. I think that's the best because that is what I did, and I think what we do as like guys. It's like, if Pedro pitched against Babe Ruth, like who would win in that? You know what I mean? Like who would win in a fight, a polar bear or a gorilla?
Rocky Balboa.
Who would
That was-
win?
I mean, the whole thing was
who
like,
would
hey.
win in a fight? Doug's versus Frank. Who would win in a drinking contest? Glenny versus Dana. Like these are everything we do is just like hypotheticals.
Fuck Dana up with a drink.
Oh,
A long distance drinking contest, easy.
like a
Oh,
over
not
the
a
course
sprint?
of time.
Not
Not
like
a
a
sprint.
fast, yeah.
A marathon, I would destroy
Yeah,
Dana.
really.
Every time we go out, Dana's asleep at midnight.
Oh,
This guy's
I
staying
thought
up
Dana
16
was
hours
the beers
straight.
guy. Can he drink?
Come on, Bob! No need to go out the 16 hours straight, Calvin.
How about I thought he drank a zillion beers. Just saying he falls asleep and doesn't drink that many.
A lot of times we go out, I look around at the bar and I'm like, where's the beer guy? The beer guy's nowhere to be seen. Beer guy's nowhere to be seen.
Wow.
Just saying.
Them is fighting words.
Yeah.
So there
How's
you
the
go.
summer of Glenny going? I remember proclaiming this the summer of
It's good.
Glenn. You got
It's good.
beachwear out. You went on the tour. You were doing
that
some
Joel
things
last
on
night?
that. Billy Joel. Glenny was at Billy Joel in Fenway
Fenway last night.
in
yeah.
Boston last night. He's back
Wow.
here.
I came straight here, but it was
Did you
phenomenal.
sleep at all
It was so good. I slept like 3 hours.
on the train?
No, my friend drove. He just
Oh,
dropped me off,
wow.
thank God. It was.
I saw your video when
so
the
good.
Scenes of Italian Restaurant was playing.
Yeah.
I was
It
like,
was so
oh,
good. It was
balls
so
is
good.
happy.
It was so good. It really
How
was
many times have you seen
phenomenal.
him?
I think that was like 8.
Oh, it's actually not.
I
as high as
only went to the first one, like right when I got hired here, so I've only been going for like 5 years.
I remember that. I
Done
remember
8.
your first Billy Joel
Yeah.
concert.
Yeah.
Have
yeah.
you always been a Billy Joel like when you were a
Not
kid?
really.
or
I
you
got
just
more
got
into
him
it in
recently?
like high school, probably,
Really?
and then college, and then I mean.
But when you got into him, you knew he was like your guy. Yeah.
there's just too many bangers. Like,
I
there's
think
there's so many.
How about
There's so
like a
many.
Billy Joel versus Springsteen versus?
yeah.
Right, you can go to different
They
genres.
should get into
Fuck Springsteen up.
Well, you've got a little bit of beef with the Foo Fighters because you're mad that
yeah.
they reopened MSG
Yeah,
instead of Billy Joel.
I
gotta
was with
say.
him on that. I was
I agree.
surprised by that.
I was
mean, Foo
utterly
Fighters
shocked.
is a worthy reopen anywhere.
Yeah.
But when Billy Joel has a residency there, that's his. to
Like I love the
reopen.
Foo Fighters, but if I'm Billy Joel, yeah, I'm gonna do my first concert in Boston because fuck those guys.
Yeah, fuck him.
Fuck them. To not let me be the first concert back, disgusting. truly disgusting.
You were at the Foo Fighters. You probably had a good time.
I was there. It was a great
Oh,
time.
yeah, that was when Chappelle came out. He did
He
radio.
didn't come out at Joel.
You didn't do
Yeah.
any fucking Caesar Italian restaurant though. I bet not.
They didn't do that.
Scenes
How
of an
fucking
Italian
did that?
Restaurant. Scenes of an Italian Restaurant is, in my opinion, the greatest song of all time.
It really is. It's
The greatest
I was on
musical
Island-
composition. It's either that or Hey Mom.
I think he
by
said
Dipset.
that's his favorite song of his. I believe
Is it?
as well.
I mean,
It
it's
was in
such
his
a
top
fucking-
3 to
it's
5.
such a
Yeah,
I mean,
Colbert
it's
asked him
just
about it.
it's a. I wouldn't even call it a song. I call it a musical composition.
It's
It's
beautiful.
got
It's a
different,
piece.
elements to it and different like
3 songs in one.
yeah.
Three
And
songs
it
in
tells
one.
a story. It's slow. It's fast. Piano. That one instrument. I don't even know what it is. Maybe it's like a flute or some shit.
don't
Like
even
you
know.
know what I mean? That one noise. The oboe. I don't know.
But let me tell you, when you go to a concert and you leave and you're like, that was well worth it. That's what it was.
That was over.
It was great.
You know what I also
It was
think about Billy
amazing.
Joel? He is the king of, in my mind, when you say like, "What's your favorite Billy Joel song?"
You can't have one.
Everyone's got different songs.
But also like when you pick his commercial hits, they're a hit. It's a hit for a reason.
Yeah.
Like if you want to pick
Yep.
Piano Man, it's like, is that cliche? Yes, but like there's a fucking reason why Piano Man is what it is.
Literally the whole set list. Everyone knows every song.
Hits, every
There's-
word.
I'm gonna just name a few right now.
Go ahead,
of how
rattle
many
them
there
off
are.
for the people
Rattle
who might
Caesar
not
Italian
know.
Restaurant, Piano Man, Only the Good Die Young, Still Rock and Roll with Me, You May Be Right, Vienna,
Vienna.
Summer Highland Falls, fucking Sometimes a Fantasy, Pressure. It's like, there's and I'm like, not even
Zanzibar.
halfway through.
Yeah.
Not even halfway through.
Yep.
Zanzibar, Don't Ask Me Why, fucking Moving Out, Allentown,
For the
My
longest
Life,
time.
Song.
For the longest time. What?
Anthony song, say that.
Moving Out, yeah.
Moving Out, yeah.
There's so many. There's simply.
Do you call Moving Out Anthony's song?
People do
Yeah,
do
that
that.
was
I
a
find it very
mess
weird.
up. I'm-
No, they do.
that's
If
weird.
you look at
I
it,
guess
it's
I
called,
generally
it's
do.
called
It is.
Moving Out, parentheses,
Anthony's song, yeah.
But I'm my God.
He's one of those artists where his most popular songs are actually like among
That-
his
that's
best.
what I was trying to
There's,
say.
Yeah, there's a lot of artists where it's like you kind of got to do a deep dive to find their actual best stuff. and
Yeah,
not
that
just
was
their
my
big
point. Is
hits,
like
yeah.
you don't have to be the asshole who's like, this is the unknown song
Right.
off this album. It's
cut.
like
Yeah.
all like his first 50 hits are his best 50 songs.
Can I say one thing? I haven't seen the guy in a year and a half, 2 years, whatever it is. You gotta look over Botox.
Oh, I think
I think
that
you'd see it in the cheekbone.
I think
Oh, we got
there's-
Botox
I think
instead?
so.
I think there's a chance that Billy Joel is like completely like he's like Krang
I think he got a
in
little
Ninja
Botox.
Turtles, like he's just a stomach inside a robot right now. I mean, good for him. I didn't know this until like later in life. Like when I had to see like videos of him in the 70s, like running on stage,
Running
rocking,
crazy.
Yeah.
sliding on his knees. Because by the
Nut job.
time I got to him, he was just playing piano.
Yeah.
And
Strictly.
then nowadays he's got like splotchy skin and the bald hair. He looks
He
rough.
looks great.
He looks great. He looks great.
Okay? Rolling
if
out there
you-
with
if you
his
had to pick
2-year-old
one
daughter.
song. If you had to pick one song.
But I will say, like, people ask me a lot of my favorite Billy Joel song. I almost feel like when you ask that, you should exclude Piano Man, Caesar Italian Restaurant, because they're just so in their own realm.
Yeah, I don't. I think you can exclude.
Oh, by the way, when I
scenes,
just
I don't know.
named those songs, I didn't even say Uptown Girl and Big Shot. Because simply
Yeah.
not any. But I'm an Only the Good Die Young guy, I think.
I think that's my favorite too.
Which
Yeah.
again is
Yeah.
cliche or whatever.
Great
but to me,
karaoke song
that-
too.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's an amazing track. If Foo Fighters were to do a versus, who do you think would be their like? Who'd you go against?
I mean, people,
Wouldn't it be cool if
people
you
always
could somehow
make
do Nirvana?
I was
I
gonna
was
say
thinking
people
the
always
same.
make the Nirvana comparison.
Imagine if Grohl did a one-man versus and he was just like over here he plays this and over here he plays that.
I
That'd
would
be
say
awesome. You could do Queens of the Stone Age. You could do like
I feel like one of the only bigger bands that can be compared to Foo Fighters over the last 20 years is like Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah, Chili Peppers is a great one you could go through. And speaking of, like you said, you went through Kanye's Wikipedia. Last night's Dave episode was totally like Rick Rubin based, and I went through his Wikipedia last night.
Yeah.
Oh,
Rubin's
no,
is
he's
just
crazy.
He's probably number one.
He's sickening.
number one.
He's sickening because
I would love to
he
see him
branched
do a
over to
versus
rap
because
and
he's
rock.
unbeatable.
I mean, and those drums, he is.
Green
he's
Day
got
I
that
saw
look.
last night at City Field.
Day
Green Day
went
could
that,
go
yeah,
against Foo
definitely.
Fighters. They were awesome.
Oh, that was
I
the
saw-
last night you went to that?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, Green Day
Weezer
at City
opened up for him. It was supposed to be Weezer and Fall Out Boy, but
I heard
Fall Out Boy got
Fall Out
COVID, so that bummer. But
What's
you know,
Weezer's
maybe
best
the
song?
Fleming curse. They come to City Field, Fall Out Boy gets COVID. Weezer's best song, I would say,
What's their
"Say It
most
Ain't
famous
So."
song? Say it ain't so.
Buddy Holly,
Whoa, whoa.
Beverly Hills.
Okay, Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
I like
Ash
the
Pipe.
Island in the Sun.
Island in the Sun.
Hit, hit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Weezer.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a jam.
That's a great
Dude,
one.
Weezer
That's
was
a
so
very
good.
Bordy Barnes.
And I'll say this:
song,
Weezer
you know?
did something I've never seen. All of the new songs, maybe not all of them, but most of the new songs they played like 2 verses and 2 choruses, and then went right into a hit. So they would give you a snippet
Love
of
that,
a new
though.
song. It was perfect,
I think that's
especially
a
for an
great way
opener.
to do it, you know?
Oh, it was the best.
Can I say one thing as to why Billy Joel is the best? The guy hasn't made new music in 30 years.
Doesn't matter.
There's no. You know, I went to an Aerosmith concert like 5 years ago.
Didn't even know any
and
songs
they're
they
playing
played, right?
fucking Joe Perry's
I
new
know,
music.
yeah. I
Hate
don't
that.
want that.
Get the fuck
Hate
out of
that.
here.
I don't get
What are you
like
doing?
people who don't understand that. I think the new age is kind of getting it. Even with like when you do put out new music, they just put out a single. They don't put out an album. It's just like
I don't like that.
I don't like it, but they're I like the idea of it, if you put out a good album of like 15 songs,
Yeah.
then fine. But if you know that 5 of those probably shouldn't make the cut and you're just like putting it in there anyway, I'd rather you do like 10 good songs. What I don't like is that every song is like 2 minutes and 45 seconds.
Yeah, I know the streaming thing. Yeah.
Hate that. Like I want like 3 verses, a bridge, a chorus, a refrain, a this, a that, and like, you know, otherwise I gotta put it on like replay, like, you know, to hear like enough of that song. I hate that. But the idea of like just give the people what they want, and even same thing when you make a podcast appearance. Like I had this comedian on, I can't remember which one it was, and I said like, you want to tell the people like what you got going? He goes, I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care. You know, it's like if you like me and you like this appearance, you're gonna go find me. If I tell you the URL of the website right now, does that matter? No. It's like that idea of like you don't have to do it in any which way. Just just play the songs the people want, and don't imagine that. Imagine being like having like that. I think that's like a cockiness where you have like 60,000 people you sold out, and you're like, I'm gonna play a song they don't know. I get anxious at a party if I got the aux cord and I put on a song that maybe not everyone knows, and that's like 10 of you in a room.
And you know what the legend did last night, to be courteous? He was like, I'm going to play a song you all don't know. I didn't even really know it. He was like, this is a great time to go to bed.
Yeah,
Did he really say that?
There you go.
This is a great time to
I want to play this. Me and my band want to do this.
What a fucking
Go to the
god.
bathroom.
Wow.
What a fucking
And then
god.
the lines are a fucking massacre, but whatever.
Yeah. Green Day played 1 new song. They had 21 song set list, 1 new song, and Weezer, to make it up for the crowd, Fall Out Boy not being there, played Sugar We're Going Down.
Nice.
So
That's
it's like,
cool.
yeah, really
That's
cool moment.
something I would do too if I was a big hit. That's why I love one of the greatest musical experiences I've ever been a part of is going to a Roots concert.
Oh,
because
yeah.
they play covers because they have a whole band. So they'll rap other people's songs and they'll do rock songs, and you get like a whole cover band's experience on top of their music. I would do that all the time.
They famously brought Rona once upon a time.
Did they?
Black Thought called them White Thought.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit, I don't think I knew that.
You tell me anything about Roman.
Rona got on stage with
You know what I mean?
When I grow up, I want to be Rowan, man.
Always.
He's the coolest guy in the world.
Everything you just said means nothing.
coolest guy.
What kind of music do
Rona,
you
he
listen
said
to?
Black Thought. What
You
means
know
White Thought?
Rowan here.
Oh, is that?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he said Rona.
No. He's
no,
going
no,
up
no.
our Rowan, and
Gotcha.
his name is Black Thought. He said, you're White Thought. So that's
Gotcha,
pretty
okay.
high praise.
There we go.
Black Thought's a
Rowan
rapper.
out on a wonderful honeymoon after marrying
Yeah.
his fucking dime of a wife. Like, he is just
The guy's the
living
best.
life,
He's a king.
man. I found this new, well, he's not new. I just found him for the first time. His name's Harry Mack. I can't play it for you now. It'll take too long, but he can freestyle. He did this. He showed up somewhere where there was a line and did a 3-minute freestyle where he just walked in like blue shirt, navy shirt, glasses, like Carhartt shirt, and he freestyled for 3 straight minutes. And it was not even like those awkward ones where you're like, yeah, and then, and you just kind of use the same words. Just like immaculate flow the whole time. And I said to myself, if you could have one skill right now, snap your fingers, what would it be? Because for me, it would be able to freestyle.
That's like a legit superpower, honestly. When you see it, it really feels like
I think
it.
it's
Yeah.
like your brain, like this brain's working while this brain's thinking the next level. I think it truly is like a physiological thing that you can or cannot do.
I agree, because there are people who can definitely do it, and there's people who definitely cannot do it. And the guys who can do it, like you're saying, it is a superpower.
Like, I can rub my, like some people can't do that. Some people can do it really well. You can get better at it, but I don't think you can. If you can't do it, you can't do it. And this guy can do it. I would do it. I would be so obnoxious. I would never do anything but that. Like, hey guys, how you doing? Let me freestyle for you.
I'm not going to freestyle.
Or just the ability to really rap. Like, I tell Ron all the time, like, Ron should rap more. And he's like, yeah, I don't want to, like, just rely on that. I'm like, rely on that. Be like Billy Joel, play the hits. Do what you do best. If you could have one superpower, not superpower, but one skill, what would it be?
I would love to crank a ball 450 feet. Just fucking like step up to the plate and like look like me. To not have muscles
still
either.
Smoke 'em.
But like just step up to batting practice, softball or something, and just fucking put one to the moon and have people be like, oh
holy
my
shit.
God.
Yeah. I would love if you could do that. You can't do anything else in baseball, so you're not going to make it to the show. But if you're at like a softball game or you're at batting practice or lo and behold, somehow you're on a baseball diamond. Everybody doubts Bob Fox. Like, let me get a pitch, bro.
I thought about that during the home run derby, and I texted my brother. I said, would you rather be able to hit a ball like that or dunk a basketball? And we both decided it was home run. We were like,
oh no, to me, dunking.
Yeah, I go dunk.
So dunking it's freestyle and dunk to me, because when you dunk a ball, first of all, you have more opportunities, because like what I just described, like you're not going to be playing pickup baseball.
Never.
But pickup basketball, if you can just go up there.
When it comes out,
a walk-off home run, though.
But but where are you going to play a walk-off?
Listen, if
We're
I
gonna play a baseball game.
I'm going to join a baseball league so I can use this skill.
You can hit a home run in softball right now. Well, maybe not. I've seen videos of you. Maybe not.
I'm saying he might walk.
Come on.
I'm just saying people can hit softball home runs. That's not like a.
Before.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So you don't need to waste this.
I'm not gonna lie, there's a very, very small right field.
There you go. You go Oppo?
Oh, yeah. With that East River Park?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I hit a home run into the East River.
Felt great.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty
Splashes.
cool feeling knowing that I just hit a softball into the East River. That would be
Yes.
It's kind of cool.
Think about you being able to dunk, though.
Oh,
and what how great that would look.
If Glenny as is was just like,
Yeah, but that means I actually have to play basketball, which would suck. I don't want to run it down the court. I'm not a pickup
you don't
game
have to do
guy.
that. You could just be like, yo, let me get that real quick.
Right, that's it. Like a ball
Vince
rolls to your
Carter.
feet when you're walking down the street. And you're like, oh, okay, I'll do
Well,
that.
that's why one of my skills also might be like a Dame Lillard, like can shoot from anywhere on the court.
Yeah.
Because of that, where like you're at the gym, a white man can't jump sort of thing. Or you're like reading a book and you're like, I guess, all right, I'll take him last pick. It's like, okay. And you're just wet from like 40 feet. But I think dunking, actually, there's an ATI question. Because we've done ones, would you rather be able to throw 105 or be able to dunk? And people are like, you throw 105, you can make it to the show.
That would have been my answer, like the inverse of Robbie's, like the idea of being Jacob deGrom and like starting a game with 10 fastballs over 100.
Right,
It's
not just like one inning's worth.
Right, yeah, like that's superhuman.
Right.
Yeah.
But then there's a question.
Who are you gonna face?
It's another question. It's like, would you rather? Would you take this deal? You can dunk, but you can never have sex again. And it's just like, I can read that question. It's like that was a question that happened on the podcast once because some dude called in like drunk and was like, dunking is so cool, man. I would never fuck a chick again if I could dunk. And we took it seriously and then we put it into the game. Just mad. And then when we read it today, like somebody did it the other day and was like, I would have sex for the rest of my life. He's like, I want to have children. I like the feeling. I don't need to dunk.
What's the point of dunking if you can't have sex?
Well, I actually think that was the crux of the question was one of those things where it's like,
dudes think you're cool.
What's cool is dunking because you get the girl, but if you get, you can't
not to
fuck
sound like an alcoholic. Me and Marty have talked about this before. The ATI question, I think, how much would it take for you to go sober?
Yes.
I just wouldn't do it. Because
Sure,
if I had
that's fine.
If I had $100 million,
You would want to spend it on booze.
I would want to like party on like yachts and shit. Not drink on the yacht.
Now, I hear what you're saying, but like, you say that now, there will come a time where you don't love drinking as much as you do and you want to have $100 million. Like, 32-year-old Glenny would kick your ass.
Imagine stoner Glenny. If he just
really?
took that deal and became a stoner.
Yeah.
I don't picture myself.
Imagine you grew your hair out like me.
I don't think my hair goes that way. I have short hair.
What can we do? We need to.
I mean, your hair doesn't.
Do you want to see a photo of me during quarantine? I didn't shave my face.
Yes.
It was fucking.
Wait, your face or your
face
hair?
and hair.
Okay.
It was
I'd love to
fucking
see.
disgusting.
Saying your hair doesn't go
Overgrown
that
Glenny.
long is wrong. Your hair would
It was
grow.
disgusting.
We need to do some sort of a bet where if you lose, you gotta like grow your hair. You gotta. You guys gotta swap.
Like I let my beard go. It was. Really
I show up in hootie tank tops and stuff.
Yes. Oh yeah.
I show up in like short shorts.
I need you in like skinny jeans, high top
Band
Vans.
tees, yeah.
Yes, band tees,
I always
long
laugh
hair,
at
a
this.
beanie in the middle
I'm
of
scrolling
summer.
my pictures right now. This is the only picture that I have from our Barstool party in Houston in 2017. It's the only picture I have.
It says holy shit.
It's Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri. The
Oh,
back
the only
here is
picture I have. Wait, let me
holy
find. I'll get back to you guys. Let me try to find.
What would be your power if you could do it?
Like I
You would
said,
throw a Jake?
I just the idea of like just overpowering somebody like
You
that.
know what I would think in baseball too? They just Ray Ordonez was at the Mets Hall of Fame ceremony. Just to be sick with the glove, man.
Yeah,
You're
or like me and Andrelton
nationality.
Simmons and just get out.
Shit, yeah, it's just like you're a
Glenny
wizard.
does not look like he's the same nationality.
Glenny looks like when we catch a guy of Al Qaeda who's been in the rubble for like 5 years in the cave. You see it, Trent?
Oh, I saw. Oh yeah, I
Looks a
saw
little
it.
like Mose from The Office.
Yeah.
Yes, very.
Yeah, you look like you cornered Khabib.
Yes.
This is Khabib's next up and coming fighter.
Like
Twenty balls.
if Hasbulla ever got rid of that hormone thing and started to grow, it would be this.
Oh my god.
Oh man,
it's
that's
so gross.
hilarious.
And I wish I
and the
grow
way
a
you
beard
took it,
too.
that looked like a fucking mugshot. What is that picture?
I don't know. I wish I could grow a beard too because the fats look really. They look better with beards, but I can't.
You can't. It's patchy.
No, that's.
Just doesn't go any higher.
Well, here's another picture that I let my hair grow. And my hair doesn't. I don't get like long hair. Like my hair doesn't go down.
I kind of like that.
I mean, if you kept growing it would start
gravity
going
would
down.
take effect, bro.
right.
Boom, boom. I like that one.
Whatever happened? Remember when Willie's boy hooked you up with that?
Oh,
You get the
with
star?
that-
Lined
I
up.
got the,
They cut the
I got
widow's
the
peak
title
off,
with
which
it.
they shouldn't have done.
I don't cut. I
You
don't
gotta
do
have the
it.
widow's peak. The peak is like
where the power comes from.
source.
Yeah.
What about without my Eddie
When
Munster
you wear
widow's
your hat
peak?
like that and I can see the peak, that's so
You know,
perfect.
you know I got a great peak.
You should
But no,
almost
I-
get a tattoo of the peak, so it's always there. You
There
know
was-
I got a great peak, baby.
You know, there was one day in high school, like freshman year in high school, where my barber, it was like his cousin, not my real barber.
Oh, no.
He shaved the peak without asking me, and I had to go to school with no peak.
well, you know what the
you
problem
can
was?
still see the outline of the peak.
That
The
sounds miserable.
stubble.
Childhood trauma.
The stubble
Yeah,
on the peak
yeah.
is
If you're
tough.
gonna cut the peak, you gotta shave razor blade and shaving cream to get it gone. But even like the next day.
I mean, I got to get my haircut game up. I know I do, but I don't really give a shit at the end of the day. I wear hats all the time.
Well,
If you another question, yeah. When did you bring it home and shave your head?
probably like a couple years ago.
Big-
Yeah, a couple years.
just like a great feeling,
So my
right?
problem is I think they're called cowlicks,
Yeah.
like where the hair grows out in a
Yeah,
spiral.
yeah.
My problem is I have one here and one here.
Uh-huh.
And so it's not like I wasn't going bald everywhere. I was only going. It was like the hair was getting light, like right in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And I usually have like the presidential like comb over or whatever. So it looked as if I was purposely trying to comb it
cover
over
up.
to cover it
Yeah.
up,
Yeah.
even though I wasn't. And so this is my like anxiety and everything. I was like, oh no, they're
They
going to
think
think
I'm trying.
I don't know
Yes.
that I'm going, but they're
Yes.
going to think I'm trying to hide it.
Yeah.
And so I was like, why am I doing this?
Yeah, I
And-
agree though. Once you
and
start, even if
$30
you're
haircuts, no thank you.
the way when the ability to just do it yourself.
Yeah.
Like I shaved my head for a while when I was living in Hoboken, and it was just like the minute it kind of touches your ear, or the minute whatever, just boom, 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 done.
How long is this gonna go on? What are you thinking? What's the plan?
A long while. I got a haircut 2 days ago, brother.
Do you get it trimmed or usually you do?
That's
Okay.
post cut.
And,
Yeah, it
and you
was-
pay
it
the
was
same.
longer
You
than
pay the
that.
same amount for a trim, right?
Yeah.
That's
some
I
bullshit.
can't do it.
Yeah,
I
some
can't do
bullshit.
it.
It was heavy. They took like a lot out of the back.
Yeah.
Like, it feels so different.
Is this as
Really?
long as you think you'll let it go, or do you want it
about
a little longer?
I think it's about as long as it'll go.
I mean, Fleischman. I used to have short. Like I was
I
either, like
got refused by
shave.
Fleischman.
She said no.
She said no. She don't cut long hair.
She does. It is kind of like cutting a girl's hair. Like that's not her style. She
No.
does like the short hair. She's like, I don't know how to do that shit. I'm not doing it. Fleischman, like I used to have. I was in the in between. I didn't have like a shaved head. I didn't have long hair. That's the worst. That looks like you don't know what you're doing and you're half going.
When you're
bald.
growing it out, it looks bad too.
Yeah, you
that
gotta
was
get
my,
through
I
that.
wouldn't pull the trigger for years because I would
That
hit
awkward.
the awkward
That's
stage
why
and you'd be
the world
like,
had to
quarantine
shut
was
down.
perfect
Exactly,
for it because
yeah.
nobody cared. But yeah, that
was just
feeling of
with trim
shaving your own
every
head,
day. Yeah.
it's a beaut.
Nice hair.
We had a question in ATI. If you had a barber who is perfect, like every time you walk out of there, everyone's like, "Oh, damn,
Jeff
you just got
Delo's
a cut."
barber.
Sure. Like every time you walk out, everyone's like, "Oh my God, you just got your hair
Yeah,
lined
yeah,
up."
troops, yeah.
But he is very openly and blatantly racist. Do you keep going to him?
I don't think I could because I think you could find somebody close to.
You can't. This is the
No
best.
one's close to
This is the
My
Jacob.
hair's not
Great haircut,
This
but
is
he's a
the Jacob
huge racist.
DeGrom of fucking barbershops. Like, he is the best.
You know what? It depends on whether or not he's looking for like affirmation.
You gotta
in his
come-
takes.
you gotta,
if he's not like, you know what I
participate in
mean,
the
man.
conversation.
If I gotta
He
participate,
stops and
Yeah.
talking,
Yeah.
he stops, he's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Do you know what
I
I'm saying? or not?
can't agree
You
with
get the
him.
scissors, she's like, you know what I mean,
Yeah,
man?
no.
I would say no because this is, I can
You
get
can
this
just do
anywhere.
that.
Yeah,
I can get this anywhere.
What if you grew your hair like me?
I don't know what it would look like.
Do it. Do it.
No, we missed it. We should have grown our hair together during the
Yeah, it would've been
pandemic.
great. Yeah.
Glenny just said he'll do
It's
it.
like a race.
Long hair
Yeah.
bros.
No, man,
Long hair, bro.
I actually really can't. I hate the
I just look like
Yeah.
shit.
Same.
I
The
used to
feeling
hate
of
it,
it
and then
sucks.
I
It
know,
stinks.
but it's kind of like when they say you got to get through the itchy period of your beard. There was like an annoying period for my hair, and then it got long enough that because once you get long enough, like at this stage, I got to worry about my like hair on my neck, and once it gets long enough, it's kind of like you don't have to worry about it. Just
It gets too long.
And then you get- then you buy couples.
Mine is
Yeah.
annoying. If you look down and I
Yours-
don't have a hat on, it's in my face.
yeah, well, you look like Cousin It, man. I mean, it's covering.
Yeah.
But the thing with Doug's and I is we have good shaved
Yes.
heads.
So
which
then
is
live it.
which is a blessing.
Do it, yeah.
So like we might
Yes.
as well just do it.
Yeah.
The bachelor party I was at this weekend, this girl was talking about, not many guys can really pull off the bald. And I got a friend who's like the hottest fucking guy in the world, and he's bald head, looks like Vin Diesel, body shredded up. And as she was saying it, he like walked in the frame, and she was like that, like that. And she almost
That's
fell
the
over.
guy.
This dude his name's Matt. He has a regular job. He's a regular guy, and he looks like he should be a movie star. Like nobody who is other than like a personal trainer should look like this.
Yeah.
So I show up to the bachelor party, and me and my best friend, who's a guy getting married, I was like, I'm not even taking my shirt off around this guy. We're all playing cornhole, swimming in the pool. I was like, nope, not me, man.
Was this a recent bachelor
Nice
party for you?
Huh?
Where's the bachelor party?
Saratoga.
Oh, nice.
That's where I've said my bachelor party's gonna be.
Well, you can do that too, bud.
You can't
That was
say
good.
it.
It's already been done.
That was crazy that you said bachelor party.
Yeah.
Didn't want to elaborate. I love talking about that.
It was.
I thought you were gonna say didn't want to invite me.
I've never been on one. I'd love
Brother,
to go
let me
on
tell you
one.
this much: the 1 minute man effect is very real. I have never been recognized so much
Oh,
in my
wow.
life.
Oh,
It was
wow.
almost. I am always flattered, and I really like it. It was overwhelming. I was
Yeah.
like at one point they wanted to go to a new bar, and so I knew there'd be like another crop of people, and I was like, oh, I'm going home, guys. I can't. Like you guys go, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Then my friends were joking that they said it was a communion line at one point. People just lined up, and I was like, this one guy, and like I said, it's always nice and it's super cool for the ego and flattering, but then people start getting fucked up and everything. So one guy comes over and he's like, brother, I just gotta thank you. You have given me years of endless pleasure. And I was like, phrasing! We gotta work on that one a little
It's got
bit.
that
bud.
hot breath on
Yeah,
it.
it's like, come on, man, we can do that a little bit better.
How
No.
is it managing a bachelor party like if I went to a bachelor party now, it's different than it was 10 years ago? Like, is it more chill? Like, what do you guys do?
Let me tell you this much. I said this on the Kevin Clancy show. If you are old like me, you're washed up, you don't party as much anymore, please go listen to the episode like 2 or 3 ago, because I laid it all out there. We got up we went out at like noon. We got to the track. So you do the track like all afternoon. Then there's a bar that everyone goes to post-track.
Horseshoe?
Yes.
Great fucking bar.
Great
It's like a mini
bar.
boy bar.
Yes. I said this has
what I would
Bordy
say.
Barn
It's a mini
vibes
Bordy
for sure.
bar.
Live music, tent, beers flowing, and then there's only a few other bars to go to at night. So there's like a line to go. So the first night we go. I am not drinking like I used to at all. I'm always nursing beers. I'm pretending. I'm faking shots the whole night because I don't want the hangover. But the second day was like a 10, 12-hour marathon, and I had to go home, not because I was too drunk, because my legs hurt.
Yeah.
My feet, my legs, my back. And the dude who I described who's super in shape, he was doing the same thing. You could tell there was a couple guys who were single, like looking to fuck and party and shit. There's a couple guys who were like, this is our chance to rage. And then there's a couple guys who were like, we're just here for fun. And they were like, man, like I'm hurting, I'm sitting there, I'm like stretching. I'm like doing fucking calisthenics. And it got to, I was laughing maniacally to myself. And they were like, what is it? And I was like, I gotta go home. I can't. I was
ice the
like,
Tootsie.
I was like, they're hurting. I wish I could make you guys feel what I felt, because I was like, I am in pain because I just haven't been on my feet for that long. And when I used to do those bar marathons, I was shit-faced. I wasn't feeling a fucking thing. So I get home. On the way home, I order $75 worth of Taco Bell. I got a bunch for the house. I got cheesy gordita crunches for me. I open up the hot tub. Now, here's what happens. I get in the Uber, and you know when you finally take like the weight off, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So then we get back, and then I get back on my feet,
It's
and I
worse.
was,
Yeah,
I
you
shit
forget.
you not, I was walking to the house like this.
Yeah.
And people would have
Worse.
saw me and be like, what happened? I'd be like, I just went out with friends.
Yeah.
So I get in the hot tub, and then this is how you know you're really washed up. One of the guys in the party brought his Theragun.
Oh,
And I just
yeah.
sat
yeah.
there, blasting my feet. I was like, it was
He
so
gave
pathetic.
you endless pleasure.
Yes. Beautiful callback. That's where we're gonna wrap it up. I love it. I absolutely love it. All right, we'll see you guys next week for new Friday Night Pints. Chris, tell the people where they should be following you, where they can get all their Detroit and all their baseball content from you.
Thank you. At Castellani 2014 on Twitter. That's Castellani 2014. There you'll find the link to my YouTube page as well, where I review all these wonderful movies that have been coming out this year. And,
Oh, that's right. I saw you review the M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Yeah,
I'm totally in agreement
It
with
was
you.
a
Was it as-
giant piece of shit.
Yeah.
It was a terrible movie.
I saw that. I tweeted about it, making fun of it, and I thought to myself, maybe I shouldn't say this because maybe we'll get to talk to him one day because it is a guy I'd love to talk to.
Yeah,
And
no,
I said,
he's
fuck it, he'll never do it. The next day, Kelly was like, "Do you want to try for M. Night Shyamalan?" I was like, "Fuck."
No,
I
that's
just
weird, 'cause I
just
actually-
torched his movie.
I actually do root for him. It's funny. Last night on the dozen, I just like in passing there was a Gail Garcia Bernal question, and I was just like, "Oh, he was an old," which was a delightful movie. And somebody commented on it. I was like, "This fucker know what he's talking about? Did you see that shit?" So
Oh, yeah, you've seen it.
Yeah, no, I'll so follow me on
Yeah,
all
so
those
we got
platforms. I
movies, we
appreciate
got
it. Yep.
baseball. We're
Yeah.
doing some card collecting, collectible talk.
You know what? If they
Bugsy.
like this, they'll find me.
Amen,
Way to
brother.
go.
Amen. All right, that's it. Everybody knows these clowns. We'll see you guys next week for another edition of Friday Night Pints. Thanks for watching Friday Night Pints. Make sure you click on the bell icon below to keep up with notifications, and make sure you subscribe to our channel. Strong drinks, full pints. Can't lose.
Can't lose.